The art gallery this year is called Data Materialities. And the theme is about bringing data into the foreground, taking it out of the screen, looking at ways we can make it more tangible, more interactive, more playful. And so all of the art projects look at information flows, types of information, and moves it into those spaces. Attendees can really get engaged with the art this year. So we have a large-scale installation called Submergence, which consists of over 8,000 individually addressable LEDs, which they can walk through. There are also some projects that look at what are sort of like the legal issues around things like file sharing, things about tracking, things about robotics. And we also try to make it playful and try to make it a little bit more focused on the human side, because what we see often as technology is really not as human as it could be. So we're trying to kind of make it more relatable to us. So all of the projects are connected to some form of data stream. So a good example of this would be Teen Beck's Kinetic Storyteller, which takes playground swings and connects it up to social banter of Twitter. So as people swing on the swing sets, the tweets show up on the screen in front of them, and it kind of gives them a playful way of interacting with data that just didn't happen before. There are also projects such as Nicholas Roy's graphic demo, which is a physical representation of the quintessential 3D model of the teapot, and it makes it into a physical thing that you can actually rotate in an old computer, which is very playful. There's also the Pixelbots piece, which is a screen broken up into, I think, 12 tiny robots that all move around on the floor. And so it's really thinking about how could we displace a screen and make it exist in physical spaces. And so there's a lot of really interesting works that I think all play on this theme of data materialities, and they try to have their own voice, but they also make it very unique. What makes this year's art gallery different is I'm trying to bring back large-scale interactive pieces to SIGGRAPH. I feel like in the past we've had those types of shows here, which has been great, but I feel like it's been a long time since there's actually been sort of large immersive displays here. And so that was one of my goals with the art gallery, was to make these large displays very tangible, very physical, very kind of immediate for people to engage with. I think that art is a really key element in digital media. You really only understand something when you can see it from an artist's perspective, when you can see a different way of thinking about media, thinking about this type of culture, and really just able to challenge, how you perceive those things. The art gallery is an important aspect of the conference because it gives you that perspective. You can't really get that anywhere else. And also, in addition to the art gallery, the art talks and the art papers tracks are all good ways of sort of finding out how people could imagine the future of this field.